I'm Chloe Valenti, I'm a musicologist and I'm a member of the National Trust Specialist Advice Network. I research music performance in the late 18th and early 19th century for the Bath Assembly Rooms project. Digitising manuscripts is really important to my research, mostly because of their accessibility. That's the first and foremost, the crucial point for me, because a lot of the work, the research that I do is remote working. The Bath Assembly Rooms doesn't have a library or an archive, so the great majority of the materials that we look at for researching its history have to be collated, sourced, researched from elsewhere, including the Bodleian Library, which is the most tremendous resource for us. But there's a huge amount of material in these collections, absolutely massive, and I'm looking at material over a 40-year period. So to have manuscripts in digital form makes the process of identifying relevant objects so much easier. And in particular, what we are looking for are what we call gold star objects. These are objects that might encapsulate a personal experience, highlight a moment in time, or in some way help us to explain an obsolete or complicated practice for our visitors. The process of digitisation really helps us to search through a collection, understand what is available to the researcher, and then draw out the most relevant objects to us. Digital tools are a wonderful resource for the researcher. I work in music. Music often has marginalia, it has handwritten annotations, fingering markings, breath marks, for example. A digitised manuscript is wonderful because I can then zoom in on particular details in the manuscripts. I can flip pages back and forth without worrying that I'm potentially harming a physical object. I can compare one digitised image from the Bodleian collection with another from a collection somewhere else in the world, and put those two alongside each other and make a close comparison. These are all wonderful resources, and I think it then also helps me, if I then do decide I want to look at a physical object, to make a much more informed judgment about why I need to do that and what other information I'm looking for. First of all, digitising manuscripts enables us to preserve the information they contain in a format that can be updated over time as technology changes. In another part of my work, I also catalogue and research music for National Trust properties, and so I'm very aware of the physical preservation needs of manuscripts. Music is often a tool for performance, it's often heavily handled, and that handling history means that the object often has very particular preservation needs, both in storage and display. So being able to disseminate the information a manuscript contains while preserving the physical object for future generations is very important. Digitising manuscripts for me opens up a whole world of collaboration. I work with a team. I have project curators, visitor experience designers, other specialist advisors. We're all based in different parts of the country. So much of our interaction is online. So having digitised manuscripts for us is a wonderful resource because we're all able to look at the same manuscript. To have that access is wonderful. I'm not just telling them what I'm finding, I'm able to show them, I'm able to explain the information I'm providing for them. We can then collaborate looking at that manuscript together. Everybody will have their own expertise and their own observations. So what we find is a manuscript that can have relevance to so many different fields on a collaborative research team. Well, apart from the convenience for me as a researcher to have digitised manuscripts, I don't have to travel so much, I don't have to create extra carbon emissions, I don't have to cause extra cost to my charity. There's also the advantage of being able to display objects in a visitor experience and use technology to think very carefully and imaginatively about how we might present information about the past to visitors today. For example, if in a visitor experience we have a physical manuscript and then also a digitised one, what possibilities does that open up about how we can create an immersive, interactive learning experience? Bear in mind, so much learning takes place online. What are our visitor expectations and experiences, and how can we work with that? So digitising manuscripts opens up all these opportunities for us to think really how we present this historical information, how we bring history to life. And I'm always amazed as a researcher whenever I've given public talks and presented an image, a digitised image of a manuscript to the public, just how much information people draw out of that manuscript. Even if they can't read a note or a word of it, you can see them come to life, history coming to life, and it's a really magical moment, and it's such a privilege to be part of that process.